My name is Nathan Sears. I'm the Natural Resources Manager for the town of Orleans, as well as the Harbor Master, and I manage the beaches.
So my name is Leslie Reynolds, and I work for Cape Cod National Seashore. And my current position is Deputy Superintendent. And what that means is I have overall management responsibility of park operations.
I would say one of the most significant changes in wildlife on the Cape that I've witnessed throughout my lifetime is more and more people, loss of habitat.
From my vantage point, I've observed changes in wildlife, certainly in the marine ecosystem, with the resurgence of the gray seal and the white shark. As the gray seal population rebounds, the white sharks have also come back to this area and are certainly coming very close to shore. I've also observed some behavior changes with coyotes along the seashore, and I think that's a direct result of being fed by visitors and the community. And then I've also seen some changes in behaviors in birds.
Shorebirds on the beaches, piping plovers, least terns, diamondback terrapins.
Certainly those birds that are fed throughout the park. In some areas they'll actually land on your shoulder looking for some birdseed. So it's a variety of wildlife that I've observed where behaviors have changed.
One of the biggest challenges with the species that need to be protected in their natural habitats is to make sure that there's still access for people to have recreation as well as protect the species. So it's a balancing act when we manage these ecosystems in these natural places.
You know, the National Park Service cannot eliminate risk. What we can do is educate the public on how to make informed, risk-based decisions.
It's really difficult to manage a beach anecdotally. You know, everything revolves around the science. So we work hand in hand with the researchers. It's been important for the town to evolve throughout the years as the shark population has grown. And one of the key pieces of that has been funding. And it's a true challenge to find additional money in a town budget associated with something as dynamic as a wild population of animal. You know, I spent a lot of time justifying the need for additional funding for safety measures, and it's a large part of my job nowadays.
Well, certainly in the last 8 years, a lot of my time was spent on educating myself and others about white sharks that are coming close to shore. And that's taken a lot of my time because it was a new phenomena for Cape Cod, I feel, at the time. And educating myself with contacting people around the country, people around the world on how to best learn about white shark behavior, but also how to influence human behavior in terms of risk management and empowering and educating people to make really informed risk decisions before entering the marine ecosystem.
The biggest challenge moving forward is to keep education on the forefront. It's crucial that people modify their behaviors. It's our responsibility as beach managers to make sure that there's always a fresh message and people are paying attention, because it would be a shame for the only way that behavior was modified to rely on negative interactions with sharks, and because that's a vicious cycle.
So certainly really taking a assertive approach to education and not being complacent about that education. We're in 8 years now of this just really intensive public education to help people decide what risks they're willing to take. The key is the public has to educate themselves, because ultimately the last risk-based decision that's made is the person entering the water off Cape Cod National Seashore, going into the backcountry of some of our other national parks.
In order to change any type of management for wildlife, it's important to work with the state and federal regulators and engage conversation with those agencies. What's in place now isn't necessarily the perfect situation, but change isn't made overnight, and it's important to voice your opinion. I can attest to that if you attend the meetings and you're vocal, change can be made.
I think it's so powerful when different organizations get together and we come up with a goal, right? This particular goal, learn as much as we can through science about the behaviors of different species in the marine ecosystem. And based on that information, how do we manage our beaches as safely as possible? How do we educate? And the National Seashore isn't doing it in a vacuum. We are doing it with this incredible team of subject matter experts and people that really care. And part of that team is also the community. We've had lots of public meetings and stakeholder meetings, and what are questions the public is asking. Sometimes the public has really good information or advice to share, and we certainly want to be able to be adaptive. We want to continue to listen. We want to be effective communicators. And I think I've been most proud of that such an incredible community has been able to make such a positive impact on the Outer Cape.